Fellow Sierra Leoneans, both home and abroad. Una good morning. This now a brother, lawyer Alpha Kholifa Koroma, based in the United Kingdom. Today, na the 5th of February, 2025. And I deem I'm fit for America go able to address, with family, wherever they are in the globe, for let them go able to understand what's really and truly they happen with motherland, Sierra Leone. Waiting me one for can talk today. I believe so for some of us we studied the Shakespearean books then. We will find out say, in one of Shakespearean books then, Julius Caesar, he gets a famous quote where it say, cowards die many times before their deaths, but the valiant never taste of death but once. People do not probably understand what this means, but a lot of them will study Shakespeare that know exactly what this means. And by this quote here, so not to say Shakespeare just talk ordinarily about die or death. He used death as a kind of metaphorical expression, a metaphor, for make you go able for show how the feelings of people can look like where they try for face challenge, but then they avoid the challenge. Challenge, not the way for face, not for avoid them. So the idea for say when somebody lose any part of in character strength, each time they face a challenge, bring me down to the concept of loserism. And this concept of loserism is so sorely in ways that it make let people and die many times before their death. But the valiant never taste of death but once. Now, that's a situation between Samura Kamara, when I the valiant character na ya, and the powerful SLPP administration and the APC executives we don't act in cohorts with Mother Bill for making them way for destabilize the country. When I probably there Mr. Samura Kamara, Dr. Samura Kamara don't talk say in belief in electoral justice, not a budge at all. And that even if Nayan one grain go left in the process of fighting for electoral justice, even if he lose in death, he believes he don't fight a good fight. Because he don't become the sacrificial lamb for with what is believed to be right. That's the decision. That's the position. That's the character strength of a valiant man. But anybody where they scared, where they afraid for face that challenge, where they try to avoid that challenge, where they afraid for lose a battle, where they afraid for lose when a judgment, a decision has been made, particularly at elections time, for make you go able for vacate the scene. Now somebody way their fear, then their fears, then they will get. Then they cause them for make it lose in character strength many times before it die. That is Shakespeare's interpretation of cowards die many times for the death, the valiant never taste of death but once. And the pauper administration led by Madabio, they're so afraid for lose. And I've been already talk about this concept of SORE loserism to such an extent, today it haunts them. And because of this SORE loserism, the fear of losing, it don't cause the pauper administration and the leadership for make the resort to high levels of monstrosity in the way of making, conspiracies. And then conspiracies there, they not really get towards stabilizing the country, but they get towards destabilizing the country. But we get to be very thankful to God for the kind of leadership where God don't give it in the person of Samura Kamara. We say it is not a matter of life and death. We say, I don't want for make them shed a drop of blood because of power, as opposed to the other side of the political divide. If power gets for calm, make you not be to see the people them that are to be led, that then they can't kill because of that power there, where you will go sit on the tomorrow and not go enjoy them. And that's exactly what happened today, considering the number of people where they don't kill in that country there under the leadership of this present administration. That again, it ignites the fear of losing power to the opponent. So this fear of loserism, it come about in different kinds of ways. That during the time when you did not power, you don't do so much evil. You don't use the state institutions in such a way for strengthening a position, not to a character strengthening a position, but now the capture of the institutions there we use for make you strengthen a position. Now in don't bring today Sierra Leone, justice not did, freedoms of speech, association, assembly not did. We make them pass draconian laws in the House of Parliament, and then they water down, the efficacy of the supremacy of Parliament completely. And how then people there go feel tomorrow by passing all of these draconian laws where they not go dead tomorrow in a power, then begin for fall into the pit where they don't dig for themselves. When they talk about this, but probably only a handful of Sierra Leoneans go able to understand within Kholifa Koroma they talk about. Yes, although many people say, are they fake being a lawyer? That's correct. But the one day we know Alpha Kholifa Koroma for say, he studied now the British universities, strong British universities, and he get a call to the bar. For let them call you to the bar, it means you're not a qualified person with a qualifying degree in law, where the term call to the bar, not a legal term of art in the common law jurisdictions, which simply mean you are qualified to argue cases in the courts. And before you qualify for argue cases in the courts, you therefore go through a pupillage. All of this Alpha Kholifa Koroma don't go through pupillage. I've been called to the bar. I drew me pupillage in the law officers department, and then I signed the main register that the High Court of Sierra Leone recognized by the Chief Justice. So if anybody say I fake being a lawyer, well, let the person do in findings properly. Because I did talk about me being called to the bar simply because I am a barrister. And only barristers are allowed and are qualified to argue cases in courts. So for people who feel to say, are they fake being a lawyer, I don't need for even digress on that anymore. But for advice, from the point of view of being a lawyer, that most of the draconian legislations they are waiting on pass. Tomorrow, then go get for boomerang. And when them boomerang, the very people that will pass the legislations there, then go sit down tomorrow night in corner and then believe say, because of this fear of loserism, don't cause them for make them pass the legislations there. Whether or not they get for fall in a state of remorse or not, it's left with them. But definitely, their legislations there, then get for hunt them back tomorrow. We don't see how the Treason Act of 1963 don't cause havoc in that country then. We don't see how the Public Order Act of 1967 don't cause havoc in that country then. We don't see so many other evil legislations where they don't pass. Without they normally can pass them now the SLPP government. But believe you me, Loads of the people then where they go today in a parliament, they not get the character strength for make them go able to do their research properly whilst they perform the parliamentary functions. Therefore, if they no say wetin I dey do so today, it go haunt me tomorrow, it go make you think twice, because it's not necessarily meant that now you no more go be the person where go suffer that fate day. You pikin tomorrow, your brother tomorrow, your cousins them, and even your very close friends them go be the ones that will go fall victim of the draconian legislations there. So therefore, the kind of subterfuges where SLPP don't do, the political monstrosity where SLPP power administration backed by the APC executives where they don't undertake, all them build up to this concept of SORE loserism. On either sides of the divide, those who had acted in cohorts or in cahoots with SLPP, now they fear losing the battle as much as SLPP they fear for lose the battle, which has already been lost anyway. So any further machinations not going to help the situation. And this brings me to the invitation letter where they write to Dr. Samura Kamara. I'm not able to understand why the police that used to be a force for good can now become the force for evil. But I'm not surprised. If they invite Sylvia Olainka Blyden as CID simply because they find the former president and Spike Koroma in portrait and in picture, not in living room, then consider that for be a criminal offense. If Blacker were mentally deranged, were mentally destabilized, were mentally disoriented, go be invited and be charged with an offense in the court of law and put in a Padema prison, I'm pretty sure nothing is strange anymore than for make we say Samura Kamara was invited at CID for waiting, for not having committed any single crime whatsoever, be it civil or criminal, for make them go invite and barely for go explain why people and they call you president-elect. When Samura Kamara not ever pay no one for calling president-elect. Samura Kamara say they fight for electoral justice. When does fighting for electoral justice don't be found in the statutes of the books of Sierra Leone, the laws of Sierra Leone? We go on for see waiting get to happen on Tuesday when Samura Kamara go na CID for go listen and Yeri waiting and call them for. But my advice to all the supporters of Samura Kamara, on must when I be at CID tomorrow, make them not do anything funny. And I am pretty sure whoever are the conspirators will get an inkling into, a partial understanding of the law. The wider international community don't focus their eyes at Sierra Leone. No say the 84 recommendations are going to be implementable and will be implemented soon. They so understand the situation at Sierra Leone. The SLAM members them don't already distribute every facet of every kind of information where they get about Samura Kamara's security. Therefore, even if Samura Kamara gets an underlying cause, for instance, like a simple headache, if that headache they go exacerbate into anything like a serious medical condition, listen, in law, they say, take your victim as you find him. What this simply means is that no matter the underlying circumstances of an individual that is suffering hurt or harm, Then go take am for say, you will be the cause for make a go attend to your call. Now you go be held responsible for everything where they happen to that particular individual. So Dr. Samura Kamara, if anything goes wrong with you, such as anything where they go beyond headaches, where you go disturb your health tomorrow, the one that we invite you go be held accountable, then go be held responsible, and then we held reprehensible for the simple act of them inviting you over a very insignificant issue. That's an advice we may give to the police and whoever might have given them, that kind of advice for make them go invite, whether or not that conspiracy, whether or not it was, determined for make them go able for bring, Marabia and them all down. Look, it is up for the optics. Therefore, I advise the Sierra Leone police for making act wisely, because all of this, it can also lead to what Shakespeare say, virtue may sometimes turn vice being misapplied. People that feel to say they're smart, people that feel to say they're intelligent, people that feel to say they're good. But if you not use your character strength, you not use the wisdom that God give you rightly, fairly, reasonably, and justifiably, believe me, it will become vice, and that will lead to the total destruction of the group where don't plan for the evil. This Namion short message this morning, what is sent across to the length and breadth of the Sierra Leoneans, wherever they are in the globe. I tell you, thank you. This now lawyer Alpha Kholifa Koroma. Wanna share and share and share.